You know, making all of these Digimon Survive videos recently has done well for the channel. Not only that, it's been a great time revisiting the game and getting really disappointed that the game hasn't come out yet. Then you start slowly wallowing in a pit of what ifs and what could have been. Well, only for about 2 seconds though, because I know for sure that the game will come out sometime soon. While I was sifting through the juicy content available for the game, I started to realize that this was strangely familiar. Like I had seen this before. Hope's Peak? The Hope's Peak Academy. In my Digimon game? I swear I was just talking about and looking at Digimon Survive. Right? Yeah, Digimon Survive seems way too much like Danganronpa, which is honestly something I just find straight up strange. I would never in my life have even began to fathom that these two intellectual properties would even be comparable, but you know, things just don't work out the way you expect them to most of the time. The initial tip-off of the games being similar was watching the part of the game where you were able to interact with others. I knew I had seen that layout somewhere before, and honestly, I just couldn't put my finger on it until a few days had passed and I woke up in the middle of the night to get a drink, and as I forced myself out of bed, I just went, holy bloody shit, it's Danganronpa V3! True story, by the way. You can see the similarities between these two shots, that the interface is very similar and the movement is virtually the same as well. But, you know, Danganronpa couldn't be the only game to have this, and it could just be a mechanic that is becoming an industry standard, right? So I gave the game the benefit of the doubt, but that was until I made my recent video called Everything We Know About Digimon Survive so far, and you may want to check that one out because I'm totally not trying to make my channel more popular or anything. Nah, not me. But maybe that person over there, but definitely not me. Anyway, when I was doing my research, I found out that one of the gameplay aspects was being able to talk to people during a period of free time. Talking to them would consume that time and you would move on to the next task you had in the game. Now this seems very similar to the free time in Danganronpa, where you do literally exactly the same thing. These two things had me pretty much convinced that Danganronpa had something to do with Survive, but I wanted more. I wasn't satisfied, so I kept on digging. After a while it hit me, and I really can't believe that it didn't hit me sooner. It honestly made me feel like a huge bloody clown. There, I said it. I'm a clown. So, for you guys who don't know, Danganronpa is basically about a class of students who are all extremely talented at one thing. These students end up unknowingly being put into a killing game where they can't leave the facility that they're in without either being one of the last people standing or killing one of the others and getting away with it. If a killing occurs, a class trial will initiate, in which the killer must be identified. If the killer is, then they will be punished. However, if the killer fails to be identified, everyone besides the killer will be punished. Sounds pretty dark, right? See, this is solely the reason why I thought that the two could never be related, because you know, Digimon is about capturing little monsters and saving the world, and Danganronpa is about, well, that. This was only until I saw the words, "You can die in Digimon Survive." This isn't, oh, just game over, die. Start again. Oh, no. This is, get a bad end, die, that's the whole game done and dusted. The game is literally called Digimon Survive for the sole reason that you need to survive, otherwise you will die. If that doesn't take inspiration from Danganronpa, especially considering the other things I've mentioned, then I have no clue where this idea even sparked from for a series like Digimon. It's pretty safe for me to say that Danganronpa has had some kind of heavy influence in the creation of Digimon Survive, and let me tell you, I'm all for it. While they are ultimately two very different games, it's easy to see where some of the elements of Survive are drawn from the 2010 visual novel. Whether Survive ends up having more influences from the title or has elements from others is something we'll have to wait on, as at the time of this video's production, the game hasn't released yet. Thanks everybody so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please drop a like and give me a comment to help me out. Also, if you're interested in more content similar to this, you should subscribe to the channel. And with that all being said and done, my name is Res Unleashed, the resident who wanted to talk about the similarities between Digimon Survive and Danganronpa and unleash it out into the world. And I'll catch you all next time.